Hey guys, I'm back with the next part of our e-commerce grocery app using .NET MAUI. So this is the app we are building right now. In previous video, we worked on our cart page. So I have added 5 items of this first item, then 1 item of this. If we go to click on this, we are here on the cart page and we can see total amount, the product amount, we can increase or decrease. So we can see this amount increasing here and here as well in the footer, and we can play around, we can modify this. So I removed the previous the second item and I modified the quantity of this first item to 2. Now if we go back, so on this back page these quantities were not updated, right? I removed this item and I modified quantity of this item to 2, but we cannot see those items. So these items are not getting modified, and when I come back to this page I cannot see that small floating action box for the cart count, right? So these things we are going to fix in this video. And there is one more issue. If we check on our popular section, 2, 4, 6, 8, and now these items are repeating actually. Why it is behaving like this? Because on our home page, we are initializing our view model in on appearing. And when we say on appearing, when we say view model dot initialize racing, if we go to its code, we are simply fetching the offers and popular products and we are directly filling the data. So this is not what we want. We already have data for categories, offers and popular products, right? So there is no point of fetching this data again. So first we'll fix this. How can we fix this? We can simply have a flag here. So private bool will say is initialized with default value false. And in this, when we are initializing, first we'll check if or let's say directly inside, if already initialized, then we'll simply return from here, we will not do anything. If that's not the case, we will populate all the data, and after that we will set this is initialized to true, so that this data gets loaded only once. Okay, fine. Now the main problem, now I can see it. The main problem, when we are coming back from this page, this data, the data on the first page, this should also get updated. That means all the cart related actions we should be able to let's say send a message throughout the app whenever there is any modification is happening in the cart. So for that, the we are handling the cart in the cart view model, the total amount, cart items, increasing and decreasing quantities, adding item to cart. The main single source of truth, we have this cart view model. So we need to somehow have a mechanism by using which we can simply notify the complete app that something has changed in this cart view model. So for that, the approach we are going to use is, we will use events basically. So let's start, and but before starting on this one, I would recommend you guys to check out all the previous parts of this video. We learned a lot, we implemented so many things in this. So please do check the previous parts. I'm going to drop the links of all the previous parts in the description box. And let's continue. And if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel. I am posting some cool stuff on this complete full stack apps using .NET MAUI and Blazor and Blazor .NET MAUI Blazor hybrid. All these things I'm making videos. So please subscribe my channel if you haven't already and press the bell icon. Okay, let's get started. So in this cart view model, we will have couple of properties. Okay, so let's start adding the properties. First, the events basically, not properties. First, we will have a event handler of type int, This is for cart count update. Cart count updated. Let me copy this two more times. Second, we'll say cart item, and here what we are going to tell, we will say cart item updated. So we'll notify that this cart item has been updated. Then one more, and here we'll say cart item removed. Cart item removed. We could have used this cart item updated only for this one, but let's use this specific one so that we can have all these events separated. Fine. Now we need to raise these events whenever something is happening related to these things. First, when we are increasing the cart quantity, from here we are just modifying the item quantity. So after recalculating total amount, what we'll say cart item, not count, cart item updated dot invoke, and we'll add this at center, and this item is cart item, that this item has been updated. If there is any subscriber to this item, he can update the UI accordingly. Okay, then we are in add to cart. When we are adding to cart, we'll say this case item dot quantity plus plus. This is the similar case. We are actually increasing the quantity, so we can say cart item updated. Then comes this one. Here we are adding the cart item. So here also we'll say this cart item updated. But after this, we are also modifying the count. So we have another one, cart count updated. So we'll invoke this as well. So invoke this and then total count, which is this count. Okay, now if you see, we have this line twice, cart item updated item, this one. So we can simply take this out. We can remove it from here when we got it here. So it will be invoked from both the cases. Then we are here remove from cart. In this case, cart item remove, we are modifying the quantity here. So here we'll simply trigger this cart item updated, this thing. But here when we are removing this item from the cart, so we will invoke cart item removed dot invoke, and this, and the int, this is that item's ID. So we'll say product ID like this. And we are also modifying count here. So we will simply trigger this as well. We'll raise this event as well, cart count updated. Then we have this clear cart. We are not using this, right? Okay, for now we are not using it, but maybe in future when we'll use it, then we'll add the events accordingly. Fine. So we have raised all these events. Now it's time to register event handlers for these events. So right now we have worked only on home page, and for home page we have our view model, which is home page view model. We are injecting cart view model already. Now we need to register for these events. What we'll say, cart view model dot, we have cart item updated, so we'll add an event here. Let's say cart view model cart count updated. Then we'll have one more for cart item updated, cart item updated, and then one more for the third one, cart view model dot cart item removed, cart item removed, cart item removed, like this. I am using these three events. There is one more approach. Maybe you can simply create your own event arcs and then you can pass the type of event, maybe some enum or some constant or some integer, anything. And then you can handle these three things using that single line only. Within single method, you will simply add if else switch case, and accordingly you can modify the things which we want to modify here. Fine. Now what we need to do in these cases, that we'll see in a minute. But before that, whenever we register some events, it's always a better idea to uh, dispose these or to remove these event handlers, right? So for that, what we can do, we can simply add iDisposable, and then we'll simply copy these three lines. We'll add a dispose method. So we'll say public void dispose, and then we'll simply do the opposite of these three with minus equals. So we are saying we are simply removing these event handlers. Save, stop. Okay, dispose. What is the issue? Okay, let it be for now. Okay, now whenever these operations are happening here, we need to tell the UI. When we say UI, homepage UI, we need to update the homepage view model because we are handling the homepage UI from this homepage view model only. So we need to modify these categories accordingly. So first, let's see the cart count updated. So when we are updating this cart count, let's modify this name E2 cart count. Okay, and we are using this cart count underscore cart count, which is an observable property. That means we have a capital cart count, this cart count property, which we are handling to display the cart count on the UI. So whenever cart count is getting updated from somewhere from outside, then we can simply modify this property. And because this is a single line, we can simply use the expression bodied method like this. So we have updated. In this case, what will happen? If we are on the cart page, we will modify the cart count. We will remove some item from the cart directly, complete product. Then this is going to be triggered and it will modify this cart count, and then the UI will be modified accordingly. Fine. Now let's see cart item removed and updated. First, let's see updated. So when we are updating any cart item, first we'll get that item from the uh, our popular products, right? Because we are handling the products on the homepage UI using these popular products. So we'll simply fetch this item from here. So this popular products first or default, we'll say p goes to p dot. This time we will use product ID, or we can say p dot id equals this cart item e, right? So we have product ID in this as well, like this. Now we'll check if this product is not null. Product is not null. If product is not null, then we will simply say product dot cart quantity, because we have actually modified the cart quantity. We might have increased it or decreased it. So we are modifying this product's cart quantity here. And we'll do something similar in this cart item removed, but this time this int e, this is actually product ID. So we can say product ID directly like this, and then this cart quantity we will set it to 0 because we removed this item from the cart, right? So if you see these two methods, these share the same logic except this 0 and this e dot quantity, right? So what we can do, we can extract this logic out in a method. We'll say private void, and let's say modify product quantity, something like this. And here first we'll get product ID, and the second item we will get quantity like this. And then we can simply get this, add it here. We'll say instead of product e dot product id, we'll use product id. Instead of e dot quantity, we'll use quantity. And now we can use this method from here, where we'll say product id, which is e dot product id, and the quantity, which is e dot quantity, like this. And we can cut this and we can modify this to expression body. We'll do same thing here in this first method, with a difference, which is going to be instead of e dot quantity we'll use 0, and instead of e dot product id we'll use product id. And this thing is done. Okay, so I think everything makes sense now. When we are updating or removing items from here, then also we are uh, executing the commands on cart view model that will going to raise these events, and from these events we are modifying this UI. So now everything should work as expected. Let's see. Run. I have API running already. Let's see it. It's loading and we can see the data. Let's try. I added 4 items, 2, 4, 6 and 8 quantity, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's go to the cart page. We can see 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's remove the 4 one and make 6 to 7, 8 to 9, and let's remove this first one as well, right? Now we have 2 items in the cart, with first item with 7 quantities and the second item with 9 quantities, right? So cart count should be 2 and the item quantity should be 7 and 9. Let's go back. We can see 7 and 9. We can see everything is fine, but we cannot see that the cart count. But the UI for this updated, that is fine. Now let's see why that floating box did not come. If we modify something, then also it is not coming, right? If we add something, then it came. Okay, let's see what is the issue. Let's see in the cart control. Cart control. We have this cart count. Do we have some is visible? It's been a long time when I recorded the previous part of this video, so I'm a bit lost right now. Let's see. In here, what we have. Okay, looks like the issue is on size allocated, because this gets executed multiple times. Okay, let's put a breakpoint here and let's rerun the app. I'll show you what I'm saying. And we are setting this container.scale 0. So this is this container which we just saw, this complete cart count, this box, this is the container. So this is getting uh, shrunk basically. So we have this. Oh my god, rebuild and apply changes. I did not change anything. What happened? Okay, and then we are setting it back from this on count changed, and that too only when we are running this animation type in. That means we are modifying the When we are adding a new item, new product to the cart, then only we are setting this. That's the issue, I guess. Let's see. And again, oh, this might be from the API. Let's rerun the API first. API debug, start without debugging, and then let me run this. And breakpoint is here. Let's continue. Again, continue. Fetching data, we have the data, and this is fine. We are resetting it, we are setting the data. Now if you go to the cart page, you see on size allocated, it again gets executed, and now we set counter.scale to 0, container.scale to 0, continue. Now the container is not visible on the screen. Now if we go back, this time this did not get, or maybe this gets executed, or not, maybe this gets executed, and we again set it to 0, but this time we already have count. So this time we should not set this to 0. So we should somehow check if we already did this thing or no, right? So if you remember, we added this so that we can show that animation. So we need to check if we already did this, and for that we can simply have a private flag here, private bool, let's say already allocated, something like this, allocated, with default value as false. And then what we'll do, in here we'll check if its value is false, then only we'll set this scale to 0, and we'll set this already allocated to true, like this. Now it should work. It should come to uh, this if condition only once. So let's rerun the app, and this time everything should work fine. Okay, app is coming. Fetching data. We have the data, added items, and okay, 4 items with same, let's say 3, 5, 7, and 9. 4 items with 5, 3, 7, 9. Let's make it 6, make it 4, remove this one, and remove last one as well. So now we have 2 items in the cart, 2 products in the cart, one with 6 quantity, the second one is with 4 quantity. So when we go back, we should see only 2 items on that box, and we should see that box basically. So now we can see this 2 item, 4 and 6. So things are working fine. Let's do this. We go here, we come back, we can see 1 item. Let's modify this to 9, come back, we can see this 9. Let's make it 12 from here, go here, we can see the 12. So everything is working fine. Cool, so everything looks great now. Okay, so I think we are making a good progress. Fine, so I guess that's all for this video. In next video, we will work on this categories page, right? So we'll display the categories, subcategories, then category wise products. We are going to display those products here. Okay, so this will work in the next video. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe my channel, and I'll be back soon with the next part. Till then, bye bye.